What is up, guys? It is your boy Jay. We've been off for a week. I got my co-host with me, Shawntel. You know how it is. Uh, we didn't have any content last week to really do anything with, so apologies, but we've come up with some ideas that we might be going into, and you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. Anyway, coming in this week, we have two movies to talk about that came out digitally, like on streaming platforms.
Right.
And we have three trailers to talk about. So we have enough content for an actual episode. But before we get into those, which I will tell you in a second, we have come up with a idea for a new episode or new podcast, not like last time, which, you know, it's transitioned to the main one. This one is going to be more of a podcast where we just kind of talk about our, once a week get together, talk about our everyday lives, what's going on, what's been happening in our, local area. Maybe we decide whether or not we want to talk about our city or we want to talk about just the state in general. We ain't doing politics. I can tell you that right now. I don't want to touch that. That's where this is. You don't come to a podcast to listen about people complaining about issues that you don't want to hear about.
Right.
So we're going to complain, not really complain, but talk about, what we're doing outside of the podcast a little bit. I can't say too much about Amazon because I'm still employed by them and I kind of don't want to get fired.
A bunch of pop culture, current events, stuff like that.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about DoorDash because DoorDash is there needs to be a Dasher podcast out there somewhere to so people can feel like they're being validated and heard. And that's what our new podcast is going to be. Now, you can comment down below if you think of a better name than this. But our
haven't come up with a better name yet?
The other one that wasn't that great. The working titles are two different things. Charlotte Bros, which is CLT instead of Charlotte because that's a mouthful. Well, it's not really a mouth. Whatever. Or NC Bros because North Carolina. There could be, it's still a work in progress, but we're going to shoot the pilot episode on Thursday night, most likely. But that's what's happening. The transition of what this show will end up becoming after this episode, because this one's just kind of to make up for not having one last week, so it's going to be a bit longer, is this show will transition into more of we'll do movie reviews instead of the podcast necessarily. We'll still upload them onto, the Spotify, and because if we keep them under half an hour, we can do Spotify and everything and, make our thing go way better. But it's gonna be like 20-25 minute episodes just talking about one movie in particular. Again, this is, an exception. And if we can schedule our timing right, we can attempt to do trailer reactions through here.
Right.
That's an attempt because, they sometimes drop while I'm working or while he's working or, and if we can coordinate that and wait to watch those trailers, then we could do them for you guys. But, I'm not going to, we have time. We also have jobs. So to work it all out, we'll kind of figure that out. But that's what the future of Cinema Theorists is going to be. And the last thing I have to update on is we're going to try to have a movie review of each of the Oscar nominations that we have been able to watch leading up to the Oscars. There's a few of them I still have to catch up on that he has already watched, but that's one of the things we're going to try to do, considering that the next week we probably won't have a podcast episode for this. Because again, there's nothing coming out this weekend.
Right.
But that's all, to get that out of the way. Now we can get into the real, bread and cookie.
The bread and cookies. You sure you haven't been drinking?
No, I just don't know the phrase. The real meat and potatoes. There we go. There we go. So Netflix came out with a movie called The Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds over the weekend. Disney Plus came out with Turning Red over the weekend, which is a Disney Pixar film that was supposed to be in theaters, but then decided not to. I can understand why.
Right.
And then we had the Obi-Wan trailer come out this week. We had Puss in Boots: The Last Wish come out trailer wise, a movie that's been in development for a while. And just today, we had was it today?
Yeah, it was today.
The Miss Marvel trailer has officially dropped, and yet still no Thor trailer. That's interesting, Marvel. It's like you forgot your probably biggest grossing film of the year. But okay, whatever. It's not like you have 4 months until it comes out, unless you're planning on delaying it. Better not be. But which of these meat and potatoes would you like to start off with?
I want to get the worst out of the way.
What, Turning Red?
Yeah.
Now,
speaking of Turning Red, like,
yeah, you got the new dreads. You got some nice hot Cheetos on your head.
But yeah, man, I'm like you. I definitely see why, at least in my opinion, they made it go directly to Disney Plus. I'll just say I would have been pissed off if I would have went to the theater to see that.
You know what I'm more pissed off about? There was no Pixar short in front of it. Where's my Pixar short, huh?
Right.
I mean,
I don't even think there should have been a Pixar movie.
I mean, to be fair, they had a Pixar short in front of Encanto, and that movie sucked.
Right.
Everyone
Well, to you it sucked. It didn't suck to me.
Dude.
But that Pixar short that was in front of Encanto was dope.
I know, it was better than the movie.
Right. No, it was not.
I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna clip that.
It was better than Turning Red.
I'm gonna clip what you just said, and I'm gonna put it in front of you saying that it was better than Encanto.
No. But
listen, I wouldn't hate that movie so much if it wasn't continuously being put out there like, oh, it's so good. Oh, I love We Don't Talk About Bruno. Why didn't that become an Oscar nomination for Best Original Song? I don't know, because it was written terribly and they don't know how to sing to save their life.
The funny part about it, man, is earlier today while I was at work, I was watching Cinema Scenes about Encanto.
I don't need that movie. Like, it's like people when Frozen came out and Let It Go was on top everywhere. And arguably, I said I hated Frozen. I don't like it. The first one, at least. The second one was fantastic. The first one, couldn't care less. Then that song got played everywhere, and I hated that song, that movie with a passion because of it. If they had just let it die on the vine, and people didn't continue talking about it, I might have decided to go back and watch it one day. But because people keep talking about that damn movie, I'm not watching it, and I hate it.
Those movies was definitely a one and done for me, part 1 and 2. But I was just thinking, you know what would have been kind of better in this situation? If Encanto, and I know you're going to disagree, but if Encanto was a Pixar movie and Turning Red wasn't, I think like the fitting wise of a Pixar movie, I felt like it would have fit Encanto better than it did Turning Red.
So I'm going to disagree with that. And I'm going to give you a reason why. I recently watched a movie that was Pixar that came out about 7 years ago that I told myself I'd never watch, and I gave it a chance the other night, and it was called Inside Out, and it was a amazing film.
Yeah, that movie is dope.
It's deep. It's got funny bits to it that I enjoyed that weren't just like the things that would go over your head as a kid. Right. And the way that movie was, I almost am kind of glad that I saw that one before watching Turning Red, because I felt like there's a lot of similarities between those. Teenage girl going through issues, except one of them you're seeing it externally, the other one you're seeing it internally.
Fair enough.
And I thought it was decent. Now, to say that Turning Red wasn't a decent film, I would have to agree with. I think it was a decent film. I enjoyed it for the fact that it was like, there's other films out there that I feel like I would have wasted my time with. I'm glad I watched Turning Red. I just don't think that the specific themes, or allegories that they had in that film are meant for us, like
Right.
me and you. Like
Right.
it's more meant for like the feminine side. And I'm not saying that because of it being like, it deals with girl issues more than it deals with guy issues. Guys are kind of put on the side there. They're more seen as like the crushes for these like teenage girls. So guys are kind of pretty much in the background. It's all mainly female, which I have no problem with. It's just Turning Red, dealing with a teenager who gets this panda when she hits puberty. That's all I'm gonna say. Guys can't really relate to that, especially not kids. But you know what? It's a kids film, so
I feel like I feel like it was real world situations that they were like touching upon, but for it to be a Disney movie, like the whole pad situation, I was like, what? This isn't a Disney movie? Like,
I don't know. I mean, they've dealt with death before a lot in
I mean,
Disney
that's
films.
death though.
I know, but death is a concept like Soul. What an amazing film.
Do you know that they're such a prude that one of my favorite Disney movies, animated movies, Emperor's New Groove. That was like kind of the first movie where they ever showed a character that was pregnant.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and that's what I was saying. Like as far as like even, I mean, I know times have changed. Like I know everybody want to be included, all this other bullshit. But if you could picture that, when did that movie come out?
1994, I believe.
See, and that was in '94.
No, I would
All the
still
way
look.
from there until now,
I would
I
still
feel
look it up.
like, huh?
I would still look it up just in case. I want to see if I'm right.
Um,
Nah, but it was a decent film. It's not one I would have gone and used an A list on. But like, I've got a controversial opinion about Pixar recently.
what's up?
I feel like the movies that have been Pixar made that have come out since the pandemic began have dwindled in quality.
I agree.
The only
I agree.
exception is Soul.
Yeah. So it was fire. It came out in 2000.
Oh, well, I was off by 4
You were way
years.
off.
Yeah, 4 years.
December the 15th.
I mean, it feels like it could have been an early or late 90s film.
Yeah, it is. I love that movie. Like I could watch the movie every day.
No, but Onward was the last Pixar film that came out in theaters right before pandemic. I thought Onward was a decent film. It
I
made
can't
me
even remember
cry.
what the heck was.
That's the one where like father and son, like they're trying to get their dad back for a day and the spell only half works. Got Chris
Oh
Pratt in
yeah, that
there.
was fire though.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to get my
Yeah.
dad to watch it. He refused. I was like, but it's a father and son movie. And he went, it's animated. I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that movie was
Go
that movie was fire.
go watch your Law and Order.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like Pixar
Well, because
has
here's the two
fell off.
films. Luca came out during the pandemic. It was only on Disney Plus. I thought that movie was
All right.
a waste of time.
Yeah, it was all right.
Like if that had come out in theaters, I would have watched trailer, probably been like, yeah, I'll watch it on Disney Plus. I'm not gonna go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
Turning Red. Turning Red, I would have gone and seen in theaters had they not
Really?
switched it to. Well, yeah, because it looked interesting enough from the trailer. But having watched it, I probably would have walked out of the theater going, I wasted an hour and 30 minutes on this.
Right. I think the way I'm getting with movies is, although we got A-list, I'll see a movie and I'll be like, oh my God, I can't wait to see this. And then it takes so long for the movie to come out. And I've seen the trailer like a billion times. And like when it's time to go see it, I'm like, I'm not really that interested anymore.
Yeah, but see, that's the best part, because then you go see it, and then if it's good, it's really good for you.
Right. But then if it isn't, then it's like,
Yeah, it's
that much
not
worse.
as well, no, because if you lost interest in it by the time it comes out, then you're just like,
Like The Lost City. Like I wanted to see that. And then Dog, I wanted to see that. But then like the closer it got to it, I was like, I don't really want to waste my time.
But I want to tell you something that I heard about The Lost City. So you ever heard of the South by Southwest festival, like film festival? So they screened that film, and they screened the Unbearable weight of excessive talent or whatever, the Nicolas Cage one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna actually look it up, but they said that the like a crowd applause and the laughing, like the laughter from those films, like not like how it's terrible, but how it's like funny,
Mm-hmm.
like a roaring applause that has not been seen at that South by Southwest festival since like some other really big movie.
Oh wow.
Like it's supposed to be like
Promising.
really funny, which I mean, Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum are pretty funny people in their
Yeah.
own rights. So I can't really say, let's see, South by Southwest. I'm trying to look this up because I saw the article. I can't find it. Where did I find that article at? I don't know. It comes out in like 2 weeks. I'm definitely ready to go see that, since there's, I gotta have something to talk about until Morbius.
Yeah. I still feel like they shouldn't have put Brad Pitt in the trailer.
Oh, I'm wrong. It wasn't the Unbearable Talent. It was Everything Everywhere All at Once, which also comes out on the same day.
I definitely want to see that though.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm trying to look in here. No.
I thought Friday was the 18th.
Is it not? I think
So
Friday is the 18th.
Why is this movie coming? Why is The Lost City coming out on the 19th?
No, it's not coming out on the 19th. It's coming out on the 25th.
Am I bugging? They say right here the 19th.
Maybe it's premiering somewhere the 19th.
Yeah.
Holy shite. That's crazy, dude. So far, The Lost City,
Mm-hmm.
it's got 100%.
On Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 10 reviews, but still. Also, I'm seeing here that you could actually see it on the 19th.
Yeah, yeah.
Like early access premiere.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's a Friday, which means I won't be going to it.
No, that's a Saturday. I just said that.
Oh, well, I still won't be going to it. Because I'll be
Friday,
working.
The 18th is Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, that's crazy.
Yeah, I see right here too. It's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, obviously that number will change, but I've never seen something like a comedy premiere, even with that few amount of views, that high up.
Right.
Oh, it's a Fandango premiere. It's also it's a 7 p.m. showing on Saturday.
Oh.
And no one's going to it, so that's cool.
I'm definitely not gonna go to it.
I mean, you should try going with me on that day that I got it. You don't know, it could be hilarious, and you'll feel like you missed out.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
All right, but back on the topic at hand.
Yeah, Turning Red, man.
Overall,
I'm not gonna watch it again. I know that.
Oh no, never. I couldn't care less. Also, I'm gonna put this out there as the last thing I want to say on this. Did you really need to make a panda twerk? I don't need. Why'd you have to? Seriously, who decided to be
multiple times at that?
Who decided that it would be funny to have a red panda shaking its ass, which is completely outlined? Like, you see it, like both of them, and I'm like, I don't need to see this. Pandas don't even have ass cheeks like that. I don't know personally, but I mean, I'm pretty sure from all the pictures that anyone's ever posted, they don't have that.
Right. Stylized.
Also, red pandas are not that big, so.
Of course not.
Yeah. But I'll never.
So Lightyear is the only other Pixar film for the year? I
believe so. And it's going to be the best one because it's.
Oh, I already know that.
They better not put that on Disney Plus though. I think they need to make that in the theaters because that's the only one that's going to make them money.
This is definitely going to be in theaters.
I mean, IMAX with that. Oh, I was even talking about the other day that I wonder how good that would be in 4DX. Just getting on.
Right.
Nah, dude. I wish I wish I could have seen Interstellar in 4DX.
Hell yeah, that's like one of my favorite movies.
That's my second. Like, well, actually, it used to be my only favorite movie, but there's one that's above it. Inception.
Huh.
That one
Yeah.
would also be crazy.
Lightyear is the only one for this year. Well, the last one.
But I'm probably only going to give Turning Red 2 red pandas out of 5 because they're going to
not 2 twerking red pandas.
No, they don't deserve that.
Fair.
That means that the movie was fun. It wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll give it like a 1.5 or 2. Like I almost stopped watching it. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the lower tiered. Like, Wally's way ahead of it.
Yeah, I felt like the character designs were like,
those are fine.
Weird.
Oh, now I will say, you know who Jordan Fisher is by any chance? He's like a Broadway actor. He was in Hamilton, or he was in something recently. They or how about the Billie Eilish's brother Phineas?
Yeah,
he voiced one of the K-pop group people.
really?
Also, him and her did the songs for the movie that they wrote them. I was like, oh man, I wish if that was what your contract was in order to get your concert thing on Disney Plus, you made a terrible deal.
Right.
Apple TV would have let you do better. Oh, they went from writing No Time to Die to Turning Red.
Right.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish though.
But no, it's not. If you want a free movie for your kids to watch, if you don't want to listen to any more Encanto, which I understand your pain, this is the movie. Or if you don't want to watch Frozen 2 for like the 40,000th time, watch Turning Red.
Yeah.
And tune out.
I would definitely say, like, if you're a fan of Disney movies, I'll give it to you. Even if you're a fan of Pixar movies, I'll say watch it. I mean, it's on Disney Plus.
Well, ultimately, it's for the kids.
Yeah, but like it's just not for me. Like, I'll almost start watching it. I only literally watched it for the sake of the video today.
I'll tell you what, if I ever have kids, I'm not letting them watch that garbage.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I'm going to show you some quality Disney films that came out years and years before even I was born. Well, maybe not that one.
You don't like Toy Story?
It's not that I don't like Toy Story. I'm just thinking of the better classics to start them off with, like the ones that came out before I was born. Well, actually, I guess Toy Story came out before you were born.
Did you like Brave?
I never watched it.
What?
I never watched it all the way through. I also still haven't seen Moana. And yet you watched Shang-Chi again.
Yeah, right. And you still haven't watched Moana.
I'll get to it eventually. At least I watched Inside Out finally.
Yeah.
But on to Netflix's Adam Project, directed by Sean Levy, who did Free Guy, and now he directing Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3, yep.
It's the Ryan Reynolds trilogy of different characters.
And you know what? Since you said that, this movie wasn't so Ryan Reynolds as Ryan Reynolds normally is.
Yeah.
And I dug it.
Well, he wasn't playing Deadpool this time.
Right.
Because that's really the only two things he has. Either he turns off the Deadpool switch or he turns it on.
And I will also
say, she would probably say that's what she said.
What is the
or he.
Walker Scoble? I think he did an excellent job.
Who's that?
The little kid in the movie.
Oh yeah, no. When they first started it, I was like, yeah, this kid feels like he's just like doing a great Ryan Reynolds impression.
Right.
I mean, granted, the sassiness and things like that, but also good on him. He managed that. Obviously that was intentional, but like he acted that pretty well.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I can see this guy turning into this hulking man. Mark Ruffalo was nice.
As soon as I saw him in his performance, like in the beginning of the movie, I was already hooked.
Now,
he nailed it.
As far as original films go, the premise itself isn't really that all original. I mean, Turning Red was more original on its own, but But that being said, it was such a well acted movie, and the effects were all right enough where I was like, this is enjoyable. I don't care how unoriginal it might feel. It's a good Netflix film. Although I do have to ask you, I've watched quite a few Netflix movies recently, and I'm feeling like the action ones specifically, they all seem to like, it feels like they're all the same kind of, in a way. Like not even like a filmmaking perspective. They all feel like they're shot the same exact way in
Oh
tone and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
color,
yeah,
like the color and like photography and stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Like it gave me a very distinct feel, like it was similar to Red Notice's way that they filmed.
for sure.
And we all know how much I hate that film. But
Um,
which also stars Ryan Reynolds in his worst movie ever. And that's not even counting Green Lantern.
fair, right? But no, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
That,
I was kind of confused, like on some of the parts, like spoiler. But when the future guys got killed, did they like just die, or did they just go back to their timeline?
so actually, I can answer that question because I was listening to it a bit. So because they aren't in their own time, like fixed time, which is fixed time is wherever they are,
Right,
where they live.
right.
So like if they're not in their fixed time and they get killed, that's what happens to them.
They just go back to their time.
No, they're dead.
Oh,
They're
okay.
erased from reality.
Period.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like if they died
So
in
it was
their
just
own,
like,
if they died in their own time, then they would have just dropped to the ground. But because they weren't in their own time, they evaporated into nothing. Like Thanos, like just snapped them
makes
and
sense
ceased to exist.
because I thought like because at first I thought like the future weapons was like making them like disappear, but then when
Yeah.
I saw them like shooting with like regular bullets and they disappeared, I was like, oh, maybe they're going back to their timeline.
Also, can we just stop and say that like Ryan Reynolds really needs to just keep the beard?
Yeah,
It's a waste to shave all that off every single time. It is. I mean, if Deadpool had a beard, he would look a little less like a ball sack and more like a hairy one. But
or we beanbag.
I don't know if you caught this or not, but Jennifer Gardner and Mark Ruffalo, play like his parents, and that's a cool reunion of the 13 going on 30 film.
Bro, I haven't seen that movie in like forever.
The only reason I can say that is because I've seen memes of that movie for so long, and I have watched it before, like when I was like, I don't know, 9 or so, and I was like, oh, what do you know? These two are from that film. That's crazy. Mark Ruffalo was an ugly little kid, and yet that was only like 2003.
Yeah, I don't remember that movie at all. I just remember like Jennifer Garner being like the 30-year-old, but the movie, the Adam Project, I kept calling it Project Adam, but it's definitely the Adam Project.
Not feel too bad about that. I thought it was atom, like the atom particles.
For sure. But no, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'll definitely watch it again. Some of the moments was like, but whenever I felt like, I was like, it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah,
And nothing against Netflix movies because they've really been putting out like some good movies like to just sit and watch on Netflix. But like I said, I still say, like, man, it's a Netflix movie.
There's two things about this movie I didn't like. One was, as much as the CGI face technology the aging has done wonders in certain things, the main villain goes back in time to tell her younger self what to do to become profitable, and neither one of them looks great. And I know the
Right.
other one's not. Like, what they should have done is they should have just put makeup on the older one to make her look older, and
Older,
then had
right?
the other thing. But for some reason they wanted to make her look 20 years younger. It's like Mark Ruffalo looks old as crap,
Right.
and all he had to do was put some gray in his beard that he probably already had. I mean, I don't see why they had to do that. Also, after all that whole entire film, right? Like time travel, it's broken, whatever. I was confused for a bit because I was like, okay, so how does his dad die then? Because like I thought that the main villain killed him so that they could take over the project. But then it's like, no, they didn't. So like he still dies and there's no way to save him.
He died in a car accident.
Oh, well, you couldn't have stopped that.
Right. I mean, they could have, but he didn't want to know.
Yeah, well, he also didn't want to destroy time travel either.
Right.
I don't know. I thought his character was a bit of an ass. I'm not gonna lie, but I also felt pretty bad for him when he was playing catch with them, and then they just disappeared. I was like, oh,
yeah,
you
I
had
felt
two
like
sons.
I get what you mean. Like they could have like since he did go and still mess up time by destroying time travel, he
Yeah,
could have told them. They could have told him like, don't drive your car on this day or XYZ. I felt like they went ahead and had, the young one and the old one go back and still had his father die, so they can pay off him being a young kid and like showing his mom he loved him.
yeah. Well, there's that, and I guess like they both were feeling a certain way about it, and that was like their final goodbye, and like actually being able to have closure
Right.
to it, and be able to at least see him one more time. People were relating this to like Back to the Future, and I'm like, why? Because it's got time travel. I don't know if I would consider
That's it.
like that. There's not much. I mean, that's like saying that Tomorrow War, which I've never seen, is like Back to the Future.
Tomorrow War is garbage.
The only thing that
Let's see
is
it.
okay, there's only one other thing about this movie that's like Back to the Future, is going back in time to tell that younger self trading and stocks and stuff, so that way she's rich. That's
Yeah.
about it. And I'm like, this villain's not even that compelling. The side villain isn't even that compelling either. I'm like, I don't care about you.
Yeah.
Also, I thought it was funny that the little kid like got the staff or whatever, did a superhero landing, and then got his ass kicked. I was like, yeah, well, that wouldn't be a story progression if he didn't.
Superhero landing. Yeah, that part was dope though.
Yeah, the only other downside I have about this is that Zoe Saldana wasn't in it as much as I thought they were gonna make her in it.
I don't know. I've got reservations about Zoe Saldana.
Oh, hot topic. Like the
You
hair.
I'm definitely not gonna. I'm definitely not gonna discuss it. I can't explain it. She's kind of like the same character in everything that she plays in as well. What is the movie she was in where her husband was a white guy? The guy who played Cyclops.
Never seen it.
Not
the X-Men, but like whatever he's talking about.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna try to find it for you.
I mean, I thought she was pretty good as her voice performance, at least with Avatar.
Yeah. I'll give you that. But
and Gamora's
only
pretty good
because she wasn't shown there.
You say that, and to be honest with you, I don't really know any other movies she's been in. I don't know.
James Marsden is the guy.
Well, I know that. I just didn't know what movie you were talking about. What else has she been in? Columbiana.
Death at a Funeral.
Oh, see, I never watched it. Oh, I forgot she was in Pirates of the Caribbean. The first one. She wasn't really in that either. Star Trek. Well, you're not wrong about her playing like the same character.
Right, like it's the same fucking thing every time.
The Terminal. Never heard of it.
Is that the Tom Hanks movie?
Yeah.
I don't even remember her in that movie. That movie was good though.
Okay, she was in Live by Night, which was a pretty good film.
You said Live by Night?
Yeah, it had Ben Affleck. Came out like 5 or 6 years ago. She also was in a movie called, where is it at? The Losers.
Oh, she was in the same character.
Drumline. And The Words with Bradley Cooper. I don't know. The more and more I hear about each one of these, I go, I feel like I haven't watched most of these, but I feel like I've seen the footage of her in them, and they're not really much different. Right. It's hard to determine which movie she's in.
Exactly.
No, but her Instagram's banging though.
I was watching the Live by Night trailer. It's
it's like a bootlegger kind of movie.
Yeah.
Nah, but it was decent. But let's see. Adam Project. I'd give it a night, like as a Netflix film that was enjoyable and fun. I'd give it a like a, a 4 out of 5 broken time machines. 4 out of 5 atoms.
I'd give it maybe a 3.5, 3.5, 4.
I'd give it a 5.
Maybe.
I'd give it a 5 for enjoyability if it wasn't for some of the terrible CGI in it.
Yeah. Speaking of the CGI again, talking about the de-aging, it kind of reminded me of
Tron.
Tron. I was just about to say that. Tron, bro. Flynn. Like,
but Tron was worse.
Right.
Also, I mean, I don't know. Also, I feel like I know the actress from somewhere, but I couldn't put my. Now I remembered the woman's at face now. The reason I didn't like her character, she's the woman, she's the mother from Get Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No wonder I didn't like her from the beginning. I was like, I hate this woman. Why do I hate her? Also,
that is why.
Also, we're talking about Zoe Saldana, and literally where my Avengers thing is on my like screen or on my wall, Zoe Saldana is like perfectly matched up with your face.
Oh Jesus.
Well, kind of matched up. And I'm gonna send that to you too. 1 second. Let me just do this. I'm gonna pause it for a second. I know we don't normally pause, but I'm gonna pause it for a second, just because. Pause. All right, back on it. We are gonna now get to the meat of this podcast. You thought that the movie reviews were the meat. No, those were the potatoes, son. Nah, we're getting to the trailers, man. Oh, so which one you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Miss Marvel, or do you want to do the first is worst, last is best?
Nah, I'm already looking at the Obi-Wan trailer right now.
All right, I guess I got to pull it up too, don't I?
I'm like, I think out of all, aside from Mandalorian, because that's like one of my favorites so far. But out of all of these, I know you were stoked about the Obi-Wan like way before now. And now I see why.
Well, because they're bringing back all of the fan favorites from not only animation, but from the live action prequels that are mostly hated, except for the one person who they're bringing back, who is actually the best part. Ewan McGregor. And not Conor McGregor. That man can't fight to save his life.
Yeah, this is gonna be dope, man.
Okay, so as of right now, the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer from Disney Plus, like Star Wars YouTube, is 12 million views. Okay, 1 second, let me make sure there's no sound. And it has 517,000 likes, and obviously we can't tell dislikes because there's some pansies who didn't want to see dislikes on their thing.
Right.
Dislikes, that's just haters, bro. But okay, so we open up on a shot of like, Tatooine, of course. Again, people aren't too happy about that. I'm not too happy about it. We just spent an entire show on Tatooine, and I'm about tired of seeing sand. I understand Anakin's pain now. I understand why he's panicking. Panicking at the sand.
Bro, you're so corny, man. I thought I was corny.
Yeah. Sith Lord's gonna Sith, bro. Anyway. Okay. So first thing I noticed on this trailer, this amazing trailer, mind you, is he's riding, like in the first shot, he's riding the camel, like stupid camel thing. That was in the first movie, like the first prequel. That was a fart joke for Jar Jar, like the thing. He's like, oh boy. Oh my god, I don't care about that. Okay. Actually, let me turn. I'm gonna go down frame by frame on this one. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go like 50% on, or no, 25%. We can go slow. All right, let's see here. So we got the desert, right? And then he's walking through this town of humans and not a single alien to be seen in sight. Surprising considering how often we've been on Tatooine and we've seen Jawas and stuff. Where are they at, bro? I don't see them. Bunch of humies. You know what I'm saying? And then, we pan to him, living in a cave, right? And he's looking over Luke, as always, young Luke Skywalker, who is pretending to pod race with, as speculated, his daddy's goggles.
The goggles.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. If he's the only human to ever have won a pod race, it would be a legend,
Right.
on a planet that has nothing to do but sand dune. And then we see Obi-Wan for the first time with his hair long, the beard, and like, oh man. Oh, and I didn't even mention this because I don't have the sound on. We hear John Williams music from the prequel trilogy. It starts off with Battle of the Heroes, which is the theme while they're fighting on Mustafar.
Yeah.
But then there's a small glimmer, if you're able to hear it, and I caught it immediately, of the Camino music when he gets onto Camino in the second film, which was like, oh. And then, you see his face or whatever. And then Duel of Fates begins with that choir. Yes. And then, the Inquisitors show up. We hear the Grand Inquisitor speak, even though I hate his design completely. I'm not the only one who hates it. Rebels' design was better. Don't at me. I understand why Cad Bane couldn't look like Cad Bane because of prosthetics, but we saw his same exact race in Star Wars Episode 3, which came out almost 20 years ago, and they did it practically. I don't care what kind of budget you had for this film or this series. You could have made him look better, Disney. Don't at me. I'm right. He looks like an ugly, fat person, not an Inquisitor.
Right.
What's he supposed to do? Grow a big forehead and get skinny by the time that Rebels starts? Could have at least added the eyes or something. I mean, you got 2 months to 2 months to figure this out. Make it look better. But
is Dave Filoni them doing this?
I don't think so. Okay, so Deborah Chow is directing, I think, all of these episodes. And she did a couple episodes for Mandalorian and Mandalorian season 2. But
is Jon Favreau like executive producer?
I don't know. That'd be something to look up. Apparently
his head is kind of deformed though.
Yeah, but it's too small though. It's too human looking. And he doesn't even have yellow eyes, which is, they could at least CGI that part in.
They didn't want to give him jaundice, bro.
Whatever. They did it for Palpatine and they did it for Anakin. And again, those came out like what? Almost 20 years ago. It can't be that difficult to do. They seem perfectly fine. But the Inquisitors are Jedi who turned to killing, hunting down other Jedi in Inquisitor form. Now, I don't know if anyone has noticed this, and maybe, I don't know if you watched Clone Wars, did you?
Yeah, some of it.
So, okay, did you ever see the part where, like, Ahsoka gets, like, on trial for murdering another Jedi?
Yeah.
So the Grand Inquisitor was one of the Jedi Knight guards, like with the face thing, before he became an Inquisitor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Then you got these fifth brother, sixth sister, second brother, whatever, the names, in this underwater base, which apparently is in the Fallen Order game, which I've not played through. But someone pointed out similarities between their tower, right? Like their like base or whatever, and Darth Vader's castle with the two pointed spires.
Oh, yeah. Same thing with the ship.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. And then they have this new Inquisitor who doesn't go by any brother or sister name. I don't know why. Maybe she's special or something.
Are you talking about the black chick?
Yeah, I don't really know what that's about. We got Owen Lars back, Joel Edgerton, and Beru, who's being played by the same actress whose name I can't remember. We get to see some off-world planets, shots. Like, good, he's not going to be on Tatooine the entire show. Should be awesome. We get a new looking robot, which I think they said might be voiced by Camille Nanjiani. Maybe. I mean, think about it. A lot of comedians have been doing actor voices for that, for like robots and stuff, like Alan Tudyk and Bill Hader, because he did BB-8.
Right.
Then we get to see the spinning lightsaber blades. Like, oh, I can't wait to see one of those things in action.
Right.
Like, I mean, like the helicopter blade thing, you know, where they get lifted up in the air. That'd be cool.
I think it's dope how they have them on their back.
I think the only thing that's racist about this show, potentially, is it's cool that you got Han as an Inquisitor, but do you really need to make the only shot of him with his face towards the camera in like a Chinatown, Hong Kong district of this planet that you have said? That's pretty racist, bro. Not gonna lie. We see the black chick with a cool red lightsaber. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We see
hers isn't the double one though.
No, it's just a regular one, which makes it even more interesting. Maybe she's the Inquisitor in training. We took her out. You know, she's an intern. We see him shooting, or Obi-Wan shooting with a blaster, because obviously he wants to conceal the fact that he's not, you know, a Jedi.
Right.
And he shoots some barrel, whatever, and then these really familiar-looking green birds fly out. They look a lot like the bird that's kind of like the spirit of Mortis or whatever, the planet that's like this planet of the Force. If it's not that, then Star Wars, you know what you're doing by showing us. Like, you could have just, you know, not included that shot in the trailer and it would have been nothing, but you included that, so we know you're right. We know. Don't think we're stupid here. Then you get one more shot of him just looking, pondering, you know, and then you hear,
yes,
because he's gonna be in it and he's gonna fight him, I think, twice.
I wonder if it's gonna be like a big role though. Like, I can't get enough of Darth Vader.
I think that if the Inquisitors fail their job to find, also, I'm gonna put it out there, they're not even hunting him. They're hunting another Jedi that is a man, obviously, that happened to, I guess they're looking for him on Tatooine, getting too close to Obi-Wan. Maybe that's why he's going off world to, you know, like, you know, right. Get them away from Luke. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this only happened, this movie or show takes place 9 years before New Hope. Could we possibly see Cal in this? And he's the one they're hunting?
Possibly.
Also, I think Inquisitors, when they start to fail their job to find the Jedi, that's when Darth Vader steps in. He's like the HR manager that you don't want to have to come down.
You want something done, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah, no, but like, that's going to be an amazing show.
Yeah, how many episodes is it?
It's only going to be 6.
6.
But
John Favreau doesn't have anything to do with it.
They said that if it does well and they can figure out another story they can tell that's compelling enough to get these characters back, that they will do another one. But only if the story is compelling and makes sense within the canon. Because, I mean, as of right now, also, I'm gonna say this before we go on to the next thing. I did not think that this show was going to take place this close to A New Hope.
Really?
I didn't think we were going to have a child Luke Skywalker. I thought he was still going to be a baby, and he's, you know, like maybe it's a year or two after Return of the Sith or Revenge of the Sith, you know, not 9 years later. Because I mean, think about this. What in the hell happened to Obi-Wan between the next 10 years to make him go from looking like that to Alec Guinness looking?
Right.
Because that means he aged terribly.
Right. Force lightning.
I don't know about that.
Clearly joking.
I don't know. Maybe he ate one, or maybe got eaten by a crate dragon and pooped out.
Forward to it though.
Yeah, I think it's my most anticipated show of this year.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that.
Well, you may not say that, but I do.
I think it's gonna be dope though. I'm looking forward to Moon Knight.
Yeah, I don't think Moon Knight's gonna necessarily hit the same level though, because my thing is, it's just, what music has John Williams written for this show? Also, I'm okay with it if he just reuses some of the themes from the other movies, the prequels, obviously, but the ones that were in that trailer were a lot more depressing and menacing and slow paced compared to the movies. I went back and listened to them very intensively. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Now, we're gonna do Miss Marvel last. We're gonna talk about Puss in Boots: The Last Wish second. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because we spent a lot on Obi-Wan because it's my anticipated show of the year. So the first one came out in 2011, I think around October. I'm gonna make the controversial opinion here. It is Puss in Boots is the best Shrek movie of all of the franchise. I think that Shrek was all right. Shrek 2 is when it got good because guess what? That's when Puss in Boots showed up. I was like, oh, that's the cool character. Give me more of him. Then the third one came out, which was garbage. And guess what? The only good part of that movie was Puss. And guess what? The fourth movie that sucked even worse than the third one. The only good part about it was Puss in Boots. So when I saw Puss in Boots in theaters, that's the best Shrek movie.
You think so?
Antonio Banderas knows how to make a funny character that doesn't need to, like, I don't think I've ever seen him as a comedian necessarily, but I've also, like, he's funny, but he's funny in a way that you don't have any content to relate to where he's done something funnier that's not PG level. For a kids movie, he does good. He's a good comedian for a PG movie. Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy, as good of comedians as they are, I've seen their funny stuff and it's not kid friendly. So they had to dial back their funniness to be able to make a movie meant for kids. And I feel like that is the one thing, like, imagine a Shrek R-rated movie.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, it's probably out there, I'm gonna be honest with you, but like, I don't know. Donkey got annoying. Shrek got annoying for never really moving on with his character. Puss in Boots, he's just like, I'm gonna tag along. He doesn't have a character arc, and it's fine. It's a kids movie. He don't need it. And now we have a sequel to Puss in Boots. I thought Puss in Boots was great. It's got Zach Galifianakis, the first one, some Salma Hayek. She was great. The only thing I don't like about this trailer so far is the animation is a little bit janky.
Yeah.
Because the original one, well, they went from having, like, 3D CGI animation like the normal ones to having more of this like
cartoony,
but like it's still technically, I mean, it still looks good, but his fur doesn't look realistic as much as it used to, and he also looks like a different character model.
Right.
But that being said, I'm going to see this opening weekend.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to see it in the theater. But I would definitely say I like the Puss in Boots character.
I do. He's funny.
Yeah, and clearly he made an impact because they gave him his own movie, not only one but two. But
yeah, it just took him 10 years to make the second one.
Yeah.
But they also had a TV series that went on for like years on Netflix. Yeah, called Puss in Boots. He had like cousins or like little Puss in Boot minis.
Baby pussies. Was it worth watching?
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
Oh, but I thought he was like your favorite character, bro.
He is, but I'm not gonna listen. I watched all the How to Train Your Dragon series on Netflix. That was
but
good.
those are fire though.
Yeah, those are good. I didn't know. Well, okay, so here's why I didn't watch the TV series. The voice of Puss was not
Antonio Banderas.
No, it was Eric Bauza. He voiced his most well-known roles include Stimpy of the Ren and Stimpy adult party cartoon. Whoever the heck Foop is on the Fairly Odd Parents.
Foop is the baby.
The Beagle Boys on DuckTales. And he's voiced many characters in Looney Tunes like Bugs Bunny, Daffy, Marvin, Pepe Le Pew, Tweety, Speedy.
Damn, like damn near everybody.
Yeah, he's a voice actor. I don't. Oh, he's also the seventh person to voice the Bugs Bunny and the first of Asian descent.
Hmm.
I don't. At least with the main character for the Dragon series, because he literally had nothing else to do because he wasn't getting any paychecks. You know, we still had Jay, whatever his name is, who voiced Hiccup. You know, what I'm saying. The show ran for three. Oh wow, 6 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah, it was only 70 episodes, but it only lasted from January of 2015 to 2018. But still, you know, that's how it is. Oh, Danny Trejo was in this, and John Leguizamo, and Alec
In the show?
Tudyk. Yeah, and Jim Cummings, whoever that guy is. That's a weird name, dude. I'm not gonna lie. But no, it looks good. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think the first one was gonna make much money when it came out because I was like, it's not Shrek, so it's not gonna probably make much. And then it went on to make $500 million. Oh, sorry, $555 million, and was nominated for Best Picture or
Really?
Animated Picture. The Academy Award that lost, obviously, but probably because there was another movie that came out. Here's my question,
What
though.
is up with this animation?
It's a little weird, not gonna lie. What doesn't make sense is this: the Puss in Boots movie is a prequel to Shrek 2. So does that mean that this one is also a prequel to Shrek 2? Because I don't know. Wow. Hold up. Wait a minute. There ain't no way. There's no way that Guillermo del Toro produced this.
Clearly.
Hold up.
You butchered his name too. Guillermo del Toro.
Listen, people know who I'm talking about, whether or not I say it right. Because nobody else has that name. Only him. Okay. No, seriously though. Did he produce this? He's an odd person to produce things like this, right?
Well,
I don't
because
know.
you used to him doing like horrors.
Well, yeah, because like this is a kids movie. I don't normally think of him as a kids movie producer. I will say though, the poster is fire.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at now. But it's still the animation though.
Okay, since we're speaking of animation, right? I think that DreamWorks might, just might, be able to have more quality over quantity with Disney in the coming years. I don't think that they're gonna make as many good movies as Disney has or Pixar has, but I think that they are starting to figure out what works and what doesn't.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, if DreamWorks, or not, sorry, if not DreamWorks, if Illumination stopped making those Minions stuff, they probably would also be on the same page. Because I mean, Sing and Sing 2 were good films.
Yeah.
And instead they decided, instead of making that a cool franchise, they decided, let's make another Minions film and another Despicable Me, even though we already have 3 of them. There's only so much you can go with that franchise.
They're milking it.
They are milking it.
Always do.
So the reason I'm talking about DreamWorks real quick, though, other than the fact that that's Puss in Boots is one of them, they have another movie coming out in April called The Bad Guys.
Yeah, that's about to come out, right?
Yeah, April something. I think it looks interesting.
Yeah, I think I want to see it.
Oh, I didn't know that was the case, huh? So the untitled Mario film that's coming out is a what? No, sorry, that's an Illumination film.
What the Mario?
Yeah. Also, I couldn't care less to see Minions.
I think I'm still gonna go see it.
Well, you have kids, so that makes sense. I was excited for it when they announced it like 2 or 3 years ago, and then 2020 was when it was supposed to come out, and then the trailer came out, and then it didn't happen, and then 2021 it was supposed to come out, and that didn't happen, and at this point, I just like, I remember how terrible the first Minions was, and I was just like, do I really want to sit through this again? Oh, but I have to now. Looking at the voice cast, I have to. Steve Carell. Uh,
You know, Steve Carell does Groot.
yeah, no, he's gonna be playing young Gru.
Yeah, of course.
Name I can't pronounce, but maybe you could pronounce her first name. Her middle name is Penda Henson.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I will have to look it up.
Taraji.
Oh, Taraji P. Henson. Okay, gotcha.
Michael Yao. RZA. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, RZA.
Yeah. John Claude Van Damme.
Really?
Yep. Lucy Lawless. Dolph Lundgren.
It's like the coldest last name ever, besides mine.
Dolph Lundgren. Danny Trejo. Russell Brand. Of course, because he's the doctor. Julia Andrews, of course, the mother. And then Alan Arkin. That man's still alive? I thought he was dead. That's crazy.
Yeesh.
I don't want to watch it, but I guess I have to with that kind of cast.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good, though.
Oh, and the films will have a 1970s inspired soundtrack.
Is Pharrell doing anything with the soundtrack?
No, I hope not.
Oh, God.
We don't need another happy song. I'm gonna be honest. As much as I like that song, we don't need another one of those. But yeah,
that song everywhere.
Now, I want to get to the most important trailer here.
Yes,
because I have a lot to say about it. A lot, and I'm gonna piss off some people too. Trust me.
As usual, that's nothing new.
Well, I'm gonna piss people off because their opinions, while they do matter, also don't at the same time. So we get the opening shot, right? And I already like the way that they're they're doing like the animation and stuff to it. Like, you know, I don't know if they'll do it the whole time, but like she's daydreaming and the bubble pops up with the Marvel Studios. Also, blinding lights. Killer soundtrack. You know, it pops up.
You already know how I feel about The Weeknd, so
yeah. So okay, first thing, we see, you know, obviously we see her daydreaming. The Marvel Studios logo pops up, but this time drawn, which is cool. It's another logo sign. Clicking of the pen, it sounds like click. It's like Spider-Verse, you know, it makes me think of Spider-Verse. Then he's text bubble that looks okay. Did you ever watch Die Olympic Kid, the movie? Like not the Disney Plus trash, but the
actual movie, yeah.
Where it actually sometimes will show up with pop bubbles and stuff. That reminds me of this, but better, like way better. You know, now all the spinning and stuff, that's awesome. And I want to say this, right? Okay. So, well, there goes my theory that I had. You know how she's wearing like a Woman Avengers shirt and it's got like, you know, Wasp and Captain Marvel, and then the girl on the right. You know what I'm talking about? So I thought because of it being zoomed out, I thought that was like, oh my gosh, that's Kate Bishop. Wow. And then I looked and zoomed in, it's like, no, it's Valkyrie. I was like, oh, darn. And then it shows, you know, the mean girls like devil horns. I'm like, this is going to be cool. I can't wait for this. Like, I know very little about the character, but, you know, it's like she's worrying about high school and daydreaming of wanting to be a superhero, you know, that awesome stuff, man. You know, she's a big fan of Captain Marvel, which is staying true to the comics from what I know, hence Miss Marvel. The thing that pisses people off, though, is that she puts on these bracelet things, and that's how she gets her powers. Now, in the comics, she's inhuman, and because of a Terrigen mist crystal or whatever, like attack over the city, it rains down and it activates these inhuman genes, thus giving her powers to be like stretchy, kind of like Mr. Fantastic.
Right.
Now, there's two reasons why I understand why they don't do that. One, because Mr. Fantastic's already on his way. We don't need two characters that do the same exact thing. Two, budget constraints. Do you know how hard it is to animate stuff like that and make it look good?
Right. As for a TV show as well. So
right. And three, and this is something that I have a theory about. I could be wrong. Okay. Ready for this? So the bracelet might have a Terrigen crystal in it that helps her kind of use some of the powers that she can do but hasn't activated in her genes yet, right? So that's why it's like cosmic. But I think by the end of the season, the thing's gonna break somehow, like it's gonna get broken, and the crystal's gonna crack, and it's going to then activate her inhuman genes in her, thus turning her into the Captain Marvel or the Miss Marvel we know in the comics.
Right, like the teleporting and shit.
I don't know if she can teleport. That's Lockjaw. But wait, are you talking about? Did you play the game?
No. Miss Marvel go through time like with stars and shit.
No, that's Miss America.
Oh, America Chavez, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? This whole time, that's what I was thinking this was.
Oh no. No.
Jesus.
But like, I don't know. I think you can't give her the outfit that you're giving her from the comics without eventually making her powers correct. I think some of the cinematography looks amazing. I don't know who she's going to be fighting against, but I think that it looks amazing. And it's going to mark the first time on Disney Plus where an Obi-Wan, a Star Wars episode comes out as well as a Marvel episode. So I'm going to have to pick which one I want to watch.
You mean first?
Yeah. I
Just
guess
flip
I'll
a
have
coin
to.
each time.
I guess those are going to be the days that I stay up or I wake up at 3:00 in the morning and watch both of them and go back to sleep.
But bro, back to America Chavez though. She's gonna be in Multiverse of Madness, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I want to point something out. The Miss Marvel trailer came out like 12 hours ago. It has 8.7 million views and 515,000 likes. It's a lot more than it's getting closer to the Star Wars one in less time, which is, obvious.
Right. And she's Muslim. She's Muslim too, right?
Yeah. Well, she's Pakistani. You don't want to get roasted on that.
That's it, right? Excuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I don't know how I got them mixed up though.
They both have similar haircuts and similar dress patterns, I guess.
They're both brown skin too, though.
Well, I wasn't gonna point out color, but okay. You have more right to point out color than me. But no, again, I think that Sarah Haley Finn, I think is her name. You know how to cast. Like that girl has never been in a single show, I think, in her life.
Wow.
Yeah. She's gonna do great. I hope her. I wish her all the best.
I agree. Is it any plans of her going like being in an actual MCU movie?
Well, this is the introduction. She will be the first Disney Plus introduced character to be in an MCU film March of 2023 when she, alongside Monica Rambeau, star in The Marvels.
Oh.
So it's going to be a team up power female movie. Feminists.
Unite.
If we could get 2 more, we can form the feminist spot.
You bugging, bro. So June 8th. It drops June 8th.
And then July or August, She-Hulk will be coming out.
I'm looking forward to that.
And then, the Thor trailer will probably drop right after the movie comes out.
James Gunn.
Yeah.
Can't wait till fucking Guardians come out.
Can't wait until that Thor trailer comes out after the movie comes out in theaters. That'd be great. It's like Star Wars. It's like Spider-Man all over again. Also, they're doing reshoots again on Doctor Strange too.
Really?
Yep. They're doing that less than 2 months away. Also, we got less than 2 months until Doctor Strange 2.
Yes.
That's crazy. But no, that's.
I wonder is it gonna break AMC again?
I don't know. If it starts breaking it, I'll just go to an alternate universe and get our tickets there.
For sure.
I mean, I already got a portal right here. Like all I got to do.
Are you Ned?
Huh?
Who are you, Ned?
No, Ned's not nearly as cool as me. See, I got a portal right there.
Oh, fair enough.
I can't fit in. I don't think I can fit.
I was about to say I'd like to see you fit in it.
I mean, I'll be fitting everything. Yeah. I don't know what the hell that means, but you know what I'm saying. Well, why is it doing that? No, stop. No, stop. Damn.
So when does Obi-Wan come out?
May 25th, the date of the original Star Wars movie coming out to theaters. The real Star Wars day. Nerds.
Nerd.
But yeah, that's a lot of stuff to talk about in one episode. I know we went off track a lot, like a lot.
As usual, though. I mean,
but we're gonna do a small recap for anyone who, you know, wants this on like social or whatever. Turning Red was all right. Wouldn't watch it again. That's where you're supposed to come in on that.
Man, I'm not gonna watch it again either.
Right. The Adam Project.
Project Adam.
Pretty good. That was the Adam Project. But yeah.
That I'll definitely watch that again. That is definitely worth watching.
I'm gonna watch it with my grandma next time I see her.
Sweet.
Owen trailer, can't wait. Puss in Boots trailer, couldn't wait. Well, I can wait, but I'll watch it when it comes out. I'll forget it's coming out until it does. And Miss Marvel, yes, please give me more. Right. But until then, in my most spazzy way possible, goodbye. And stay tuned for Untitled new podcast.
And don't forget to say in the comments what y'all think our name should be.
Yes, it has to be some.
We should make it something like, well, if we like piggyback off of something they choose, or if they choose a real good name, like give that particular person a shout out.
Yeah, we should do that.
Sure.
Now, comment down below if you happen to live somewhere in North Carolina, because that's where we are based off of. You've probably heard where. I'm just not going to repeat it, because if we get super famous, I don't want you knowing where I live. But until next time, guys, peace out. And watch movies and TV shows and be excited, because other things are going on in the world and we need something that's going to be fun to watch.
Right.
Peace out.